This is the new 2014 Chevy Impala we've been waiting to see. It's finally here. This is the front view. Here it is from the side, and you see how long this vehicle is. And of course the rear view. The base engine is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder rated at 195 horsepower. For those concerned about fuel mileage, but I think most will be happier with this optional V6 with 3.6 liters and 303 horsepower. Basically the same engine used in the Chevy Camaro and Cadillac CTS. It's rated at 18 to 28 miles per gallon. Connected to a 6-speed automatic. For those who want maximum fuel economy, I'm told a 2.4 liter electronic assist engine is available. Advertised at 35 miles per gallon on the freeway, but I haven't driven that yet. The cabin has some features I like. First of all, we get knobs on the radio the way we should. A lot of cars are getting away from this. It's not a good idea. We have knobs on the climate control system. Once again, a simple idea that seems to be going way of the wagon wheel. Thank you, Chevrolet, for keeping this. The steering wheel design and instrument cluster is very well designed too. Lots of good information, easy to operate on the steering wheel and easy to read on the gauges. The materials and workmanship are not up to the luxury car specifications, but the workmanship and materials are pretty good overall. I have no complaints. There's plenty of room in this back seat area for even the largest of passengers. Lots and lots of room back here. Here's another view of the rear seat area. Lots and lots of leg and headroom here. You won't be cramped back here. The interior rocker panels are a bit on the wide side, but that's no problem because even if your leg rubs up on this body panel getting in and out, you're not going to have to worry about dirt getting on your pants or leg because the door actually extends all the way to the bottom the way it should. Unfortunately, on a lot of other cars, they don't do this the way they should. But on the Impala, we don't have to worry about that. Another good thing. There are two features I didn't care for. One was the glove box size, and I gave it this test. If you can't fit my small bag in a glove box, it means it's too small. Now, on a car this giant and with this much backseat room, you think the glove box would be big enough, but not to be. It just will not go in, and that's with the owner's manuals taken out. With the owner manual in here, you can't put anything in here except gloves, which is why I guess they call it a glove box. Another item I didn't care for was this auto-dimming mirror system. It doesn't have a disconnect switch, so when you're driving in town, it's hard to see traffic on your left and right and the rear. They can solve this by putting a piece of tape over the sensor hole to turn it off, but it's kind of a cheesy fix. This should have an off switch, but it doesn't. One trick you can do is to put some transparent tape, about 3 layers, over the sensor hole, and that will keep the unit working enough to eliminate glare, but you'll still be able to see vehicles. A little trick I learned. Again, a cheesy fix, but it works. Now, as far as the interior goes, we wanted to give the Impala a chance to redeem itself, so we have another feature, especially if you work for a government agency or law enforcement. And a lot of Impalas are sold to government agencies on a fleet basis. For those who carry a duty weapon and you need to leave your vehicle unattended with the weapon inside, normally the glove box or trunk would work, but there's a third choice on the Impala. All you do is press the secret button and the entire navigation screen pops up with a secret compartment in there. So you just take your duty weapon, stick that in, your badge if you want, and maybe some other goodies. There you go. Even if someone breaks in the vehicle, they won't be looking in there. Now the Impala has some positive features for it. First of all, the ride's very comfortable, as it should be on a long car like this. Going over those railroad tracks was with ease. The brakes work just fine, have a nice strong pedal feel. V6 has plenty of acceleration power. Excellent brakes again. Drawbacks: the steering is pretty sensitive. Fine for a sports car, but maybe not a family sedan. Doesn't take much to make this vehicle move when you turn the wheel even a quarter millimeter. And while the handling is more than adequate, this is not a sports sedan. A bit too nose heavy. But for its intended purpose, it does quite well. Acceleration one more time. Works for me. I did notice in certain positions the dash has a way of reflecting in the windshield. Perhaps you can see that on the screen here. It's kind of annoying, especially if you live in the Southwest where there's lots of sun. Now this camera wasn't designed for night use, and YouTube quality is pretty sour. Even if you have a camera for night use, it doesn't turn out well. But this might give you a good view of what this vehicle looks like at night. Display lights up pretty nice. The low beam headlights do a great job of putting light out, unlike some of these high output lights we get on cars nowadays. No complaints here. The brights are even better, of course. And one last view of the interior.